my YouTube channel. My name is Olu-Ojo. If you are new here, you are welcome. And if you are a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome back to my channel. Here, I film about faith, family, and lifestyle as a Nigerian mom living in Australia. I also share helpful tips that might help anybody looking to relocate into the country. So today's video is going to be quite different from what I've been doing for a while. I will be talking about money, and this is based on what people have been asking me to do on my channel. So I'll be sharing my monthly expense as a mom of 2 kids under 10 and just giving you all the juicy details about what the cost of living in Perth, Western Australia is. So if you are interested, please keep watching. Alright guys, I'll just jump right into the video for today. Please bear with me. I might have to look down a few times because I have my notes here and I just couldn't, keep everything in my head. So I'll refer to my note from time to time. I also have a pen just to tick out my points because I intend to give you guys as much detail as possible. But before I start, I think it's important to give you guys a bit of background into my life here. So I have 2 kids under 10 as well as my husband, so a small family of 4 people, and we've been in Perth, Western Australia for 5 years. It will be 5 years in March. Wow. So yes, we've been here for 5 years. So everything I share is based off our current living expense, and it hasn't always been this way. We have grown over time, and as we grow, there's been more demands, and we've made quite a few changes around our expenses. So the point of this video is to give anybody who is looking to come in just an idea, not to necessarily compare my expenses, but just give you an idea of what the cost of living is like here for us in Western Australia. So I will start off by talking about what we pay for rent. So 5 years ago, we were paying $250 every week for a 2-bedroom apartment with one bathroom and 1 toilet. Okay, just a simple flat, and we stayed there for quite a while. But right now, what we pay is $450 every week for a 4-bedroom apartment, and we pay that every week. So in a month, what we pay for rent is $1,800 every month. Now, like I said again, this is not the yardstick for anybody who is looking to come in. For all you know, you might not need a 4-bedroom apartment. When we came in 5 years ago, we were fine in a 2-bedroom because at the time we had just 1 child, so we didn't need that much space. But as we grew and settled into the country, we acquired more stuff. I work from home currently, so I also need like a room as my office space in the house. So we stay in 4-bedroom now because that's what we need as a growing family. I have 2 kids now under 10. They occupy a lot of space, trust me. So right now, the 4-bedroom is just what is perfect for my growing family. I'll jump straight into the next thing, and I have I've kind of subgrouped this one into 3, but it's basically around food. So I did this as food, groceries, and entertainment, and I'll explain why. So for food, it would cover going to African shop. So where I get my Nigerian kind of food is from the African shops here. And to be honest, whenever I step into one African shop, I might plan to buy just one thing, but end up buying more than one thing, to be honest, because you just find that, there's something you need that you didn't know you don't have at home. So for food, I would put that under African shopping alone because I can't be without my African food, guys. So I buy things like gari, which is like cassava flakes, I guess. So gari, pounded yam, beans, rice, palm oil, and just the actual African kind of foods. I buy that from the African shop, and I do bulk shopping for all my food. So I try to shop like just once a month, and most times it might even last us more than a month, but I don't buy like in small quantities. I buy in bulk. So food would also involve things like poultry. I'm not vegan. I love meat. I love meat. So things like fish, things like dry fish that we eat, Nigerian people eat, and meat, goat's meat, things like that. And to be honest, guys, I don't spend on meat, not so much. I have a fantastic uncle here. He's probably watching. He's going to watch this video. He's the one that buys meat for me, guys. He just brings bags and bags of goat's meat and beef and tripe, which is shaki. So I hardly buy meat. I spend my money mostly on dry food stuff like rice and curry, like I mentioned. So not to beat around the bush too much. If I go to the African shop for a month, I will spend about $200. Okay, so that's for a month. For groceries, I also buy in bulk. So I use Aldi most of the time, and I buy all my groceries there. So that will include things like dishwashing liquid, detergents to wash clothes, popcorn, biscuits, juice, yogurt, cereal for my children, all those things that you need in the house when you have young kids. And very conveniently in a month, I spend between $150 to $200 at Aldi, to be honest. So that brings it up to $350 for food. And then for entertainment, I put that you know, when your kids just say, oh mom, can we do the drive-through? So things like KFC, McDonald's, Domino's for pizza sometimes. I try not to do this very often. So I'll say maybe once in a fortnight we do like, I don't want to say junk food, but yeah, we buy takeout food. So I put that as $50 a month. To be honest, guys, sometimes it might be more than that. I like to cook for my family. 90% of the time I'm cooking, but there are days when, guys, I'm just really knackered and, you know, tired from work and everything, and I might choose not to make dinner. So we might just, you know, buy something from Menulog or Uber Eats and just have for dinner. So I will leave that as $50 every month. So that brings to a total 200, 150, and 50. So 400 for food every month. Okay, so I've covered rent and I've covered food. So I'll jump to bills, which is a major part of our expenses here in Australia. So like I said, bear with me, guys. I'll be looking down a few times just to refer to my notes. So for the house internet, we also pay every month, and what we pay is $69.95 every month for internet. So let's just say $70, right? So internet, $70. And for gas bills, we pay between $50 to $55, depending on how much we use, to be honest. And that bill is charged quarterly, so that's about 4 times in a year. So I would say between $50 to $55 every month for gas. So yeah, let's just do 55. And then also electricity, that's also charged like every 2 months. And to be honest, the bill for electricity is not always very consistent. Sometimes you might use more, sometimes you might use less, but on the very average, I spend about $120 every month for electricity, guys. Okay, and then onto water usage is also can also be inconsistent in a way, especially if in your rental accommodation you have a front lawn. Now a front lawn, you are required to maintain the front lawn yourself. You are not allowed you can't let the lawn go dry or the plants, you know, go dry and look ugly. So there's reticulation where the water is sprayed on the lawn to keep it fresh and green. So that might also increase your water usage. Right now, I don't have a front lawn, and that kind of reduces how much water I need to use at my property. So I put down $35 every month for water. Okay, so what else did I put under bills? Car insurance is also part of my bills. When I'm financially buoyant, I tend to try and pay like over an extended period of time for my car insurance. So sometimes I might do 6 months at a stretch, or sometimes I might do 1 year. But if I'm paying every month, I put my car insurance at $110 every month. So here in Australia, there's also something called your car license registration that the Department of Transport charges you for owning a car, I guess. So most times the bill comes to you either every 3 months, every 6 months, or every 12 months. So they give you options and ask you what you prefer to pay based on what is convenient for you. So it's either you pay 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. I tend to do between 3 and 6 months. So if I break that down to what I would pay every month, it's about $130 for my car license registration. So I think that's all for bills. So I'm not too sure if I should include my car fuel into expenses, into bill expenses, but I might as well just put that there as well. So my car right now, I fill my tank for about $70 every fortnight or maybe more. So I'll just leave my fuel expense to about $120 a month, guys. So yes, That's that for bills. And my bills come down to $700 every month, guys. Okay, so I put something as random shopping, and I feel like moms will be able to relate to what I call random shopping. Guys, sometimes you think you bought everything you need for a whole month, and then you just realize that your child needs something. Let me put that into more context. My son is about 6 years, is 6 years old right now, and he began wearing size 9 clothes recently. So I also do like bulk shopping for clothes as well. But I just realized that all his shirts were small for him all of a sudden. When he clocked 6, I was buying size 7 clothes, but now the guy wears size 9, size 10 shirts. So there are days like that where you realize he has a party to attend and you can't find any shirts that fits. On days like that, I have to run into Target or Maya and buy him a quick shirt, that might cost between $40 or $50 sometimes. Same thing with my daughter, There are times I realize that, oh, she needs something I have to go and quickly buy. And yeah, I also have to factor in those expenses. So I put them as random shopping. So those will include things like buying clothes for my kids or buying hair products for my kids. And I just put that as $200 every month, guys. You spend so much more when you have children, especially when they are young. So my 2 kids are below 10 years now and they are expensive, guys. My kids are expensive. They take the bulk of my money. Okay, so moving on, I also put something down as miscellaneous, and there I have things like my Netflix subscription, Spotify, haircuts. My husband and my son spend about $30 for a haircut, but that's something they probably do. My son cuts his hair maybe twice in a month. And then things like my car wash, I try not to wash my car too often. If it's really dirty inside, and trust me, my car is always dirty. That comes with having young children, guys. So I use like a small vacuum just to clean the inside. But when it's like summertime and it's really dusty outside, I go to the car wash. So I will leave that as miscellaneous because I don't do it very often. And under my miscellaneous, everything in total, I put down $200. My husband told me that it's best to maintain your Nigerian subscription if you have Netflix and Spotify, because it's way cheaper there. I didn't realize until recently I was paying with Australian dollars, but recently we have changed back to paying with Nigerian with Naira. So that's a tip for you guys. If you already have your Spotify and your Netflix from Nigeria, just keep it that way. You don't have to come and change and start spending AUD. It is more expensive. Okay, so miscellaneous, I also put $200 every month. Yeah. Transport is the next thing on my list, and I put that down as $30. I'm sure you're wondering why it's so cheap. So for almost 2 years, I've been working from home, and I feel so blessed to be able to do that. So right now, I only go into my office once in a month, guys. So when I go once in a month, most times I try to pack my own lunch. Excuse me. I try to pack my own lunch when I'm going into the office. On the days when I can't pack my own lunch, I'll probably just buy a bowl of salad or just something small to snack on, maybe sushi and a drink. Just very affordable food that would just last me through the day. And then I would pay for my parking when I park at the train station, and then I'll pay for my train fare. So that brings it down to like $30 a month, because I would probably spend like $12 for lunch, and then my transport fare to and fro will be about $9, and then parking, so $30 will do for transportation. And then the one that chops my money in this country, guys, is daycare for my children. Daycare is quite expensive, but if you come in as a permanent resident, you definitely get some subsidy on your childcare fees, which I was getting. I've been getting for a while, but that has stopped now because my kids no longer need to attend childcare. That's just since January this year, but for the past 4 years, they've been going to childcare. My daughter used to attend every day, and then I changed her to part-time just because of how expensive it was, even with the subsidy. And then my son was going part-time as well because he attends full-time school. So anyway, for both my kids, I spend about $560 every month for daycare. That was last year. I no longer have to do that. So daycare cost me, for each child, cost me about $230 every month, and for both of them that's $560 every month. So daycare is expensive. Depending on kind of visa you have, you might be entitled to rebates from the government. I know that you get subsidies if you're a permanent resident. For international students, you probably will have to pay the whole thing. I'm not too sure about the exceptions there might be as far as being a student is concerned, and if you have children. But yeah, just look into what your options are. But daycare is one of the most expensive things here, and like I said, children are expensive. They are beautiful to have, women. They make you spend. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And let me just also say that, so even though they have stopped attending daycare, they do something else now. I didn't even put that in my list. So extracurricular activities like swimming, like Kumon. So Kumon is like extra academic lessons for the children. So swimming is paid per term, and in a term I pay about $180 for each child. So if I break that down, that would be like $60 for each child, so $120 every month for swimming lessons. And now that they have stopped daycare, this year I enrolled them in extra academic activities, and it's also about the same price. I pay about $600 every month for both children. So let's just put that as education for my children. This year is $600, so still the same thing. And yeah, that's it, guys. So I've covered rent, I've covered food. Let me just break it down again in the total sum so it's clear to you guys. So every month I pay $1,800 for rent. For food I pay about $400 every month. For my bills, which is water, gas, electricity, what else, car insurance, fuel, that costs me about $700 every month. Miscellaneous, I already mentioned what those would include, and I put down $200. Random shopping for my children, myself sometimes, I put that down as $200 as well. Transportation, $30. Daycare, $600. I haven't mentioned phone bills. So I use a 20 gig plan, and I use Aldi Mobile, and it lasts me well for a month, and I pay $25 for that every month. My husband also uses the same plan, so that comes to $50 every month for phone bills. So guys, there you have it. That's most of what I spend my money on. So in total, that brings my monthly expense to $4,000 every month, guys. So yeah, you know, one disservice you can do yourself, guys, is if you start converting this into naira. High blood pressure. Don't do that to yourselves, guys. You just be stressing yourselves. Very unnecessary to do that. Just bear in mind that when you come here, you will get a good job by the grace of God, and you'll be able to afford your expenses. So don't have the mindset of what the Nigerian value of this amount is. Don't do that. I used to, when we just came, I'll be converting in my head, oh my God, that costs so and so in naira. There's no point, because the value is not the same at all. It's not worthy of comparison at all. When you come in here, you start making Australian money anyway, so you will be able to afford what you need to afford. And let me just say again, do not compare my expenses. There are families who spend way more than I do, and probably don't have to spend as much as I do. So that's it, $4,000 every month as a family of 4. Okay. I haven't covered every single thing, because you know, this is what I'm comfortable sharing here on YouTube. But everything else aside this will probably be things like maybe educational funds, or if you're financing a car. So if you want to buy a car, you probably have to pay like a huge deposit and then finance the rest over a period of time, maybe 3 years or 5 years, depending on what you're able to deposit or what the loan company is able to give you. So there are things like financing a car. So those are not expenses that I'm currently doing, but the crux of this is that what I've shared here is what you need to know if you're considering relocating to the country. And like I said, there are people here who will spend more than I spend right now, or would even spend less than I spend. You see what I mean? So this is just to give you like an idea what your expenses will probably be. So there you have it, guys. I hope that you have found this informative in a way. If you have any questions you want to ask me, or something you want me to shed more light on, I'll be more than happy to. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to share, just to let you get more understanding. So let me mention that for power bill, it might It will also fluctuate, you know, between summer and winter, just because in winter you would want to stay warm, so you need to use your heater, and with heat comes more, you know, more power. So your bill might hype up a little bit in winter time because you're using a heater. I also mentioned about the water too, that if you have like a front lawn, so if you want to rent, just make sure that you don't have front lawn because it would increase your water usage, you know. So yes, there you have it. If you have enjoyed watching, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, put down in the comment section what you think of these expenses. Do you think I need to cover anything? So well, that's it guys. Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. It helps my videos reach more people, and it also helps my channel grow. If you have enjoyed watching, thank you for staying to the very end. And that's it guys. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.